I'm starting to think you wouldn't be helping me with this if your daughter wasn't involved.
You're very observant.
All right. It's going to be a beautiful day. These birds are terrific.
Yeah, this is Cole's idea of an early start. Looks to me like the sun's almost straight up right now.
But
After breakfast and brunch and thinking about lunch, he's ready now to get started. We're going to do something.
I didn't even have breakfast, but look at these disco ball spots.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, wow. That's neat.
Awesome.
Really puts the place together.
It does. So.
Whoa, disco!
Whoa, where's that coming from? Oh, there it is.
The disco ball.
Nice. That's awesome. Woo. Oh, it doesn't spin. That's a shame. Well,
I know.
I can make it spin.
Well, we're working on it, you know. I'm going to have to take the disco ball down. It's distracting.
All right. Take this. Where's jigsaw? Should be a jigsaw somewhere.
Is this it?
That's a jigsaw, but it's not the one I'm looking for. It's the green one, this color.
It's probably going to be in here then.
There it is. That's the one I want. Now we need a cord out here.
I'm starting to think you wouldn't be helping me with this if your daughter wasn't involved.
You're very observant. Try it. Perfect. All right. Let's get this one mounted on there. Let's just scoot this to where that's touching that. Okay.
Now we're going to be able to open up the emergency exit.
Yeah. See how nice that worked? Okay, help hold. There you go.
I like how it's kind of on the rivet line there.
Yeah. Me too.
I've never cut any wood on a 45-degree angle with a miter saw. I know there is a button somewhere. Maybe it's this thing. This has got to be it. There we go. It's 45. Okay, that's locked in. The people are excited to see if I succeeded.
Yep, that'll work. Yeah. Okay, give me a hand. I gotta shift this piece around again. If you can, right now, cut me another one of those that, cut it 28 inches.
So one at 28 inches
28 straight.
Monica is undoing the wood glue from yesterday now, and things are moving at a really fast pace this morning in preparation to get solar organized. I think Jim's trying to cut himself a half day here too.
That's just trying to keep this thing from moving back and forth. It's a rack brace.
Will, it's great to meet you, and thanks for being here.
Yeah.
And we are setting up outside because Monica and Jim are going to be doing all types of wood stuff in the shop. And we're just going to be thumbing through everything I have solar-wise so he can get a layout of the land. And then we're going to formulate a plan to set things up. Yeah, so my goal for today is to be able to utilize the solar power. So to get the system set where the panels are going into the solar charge controller, my AC power is set up and I could utilize it, and then we would then be taking the wiring the step further
you're playing with very safe electricity, except on the battery side of stuff.
Yeah.
The solar and the solar even coming into it, it's where you're storing it is where you're getting slightly into the dangerous factor of it.
Yeah.
So you have 250. We're gonna have one out that wants to go to this.
We use quad underneath this instead of regular silicone.
You know, a 60 amp breaker on it. Just go
You know, the extender from here and mount that directly next to the dinette, so we could just plug
first thing on that.
Yeah.
Here's that sheet of plywood you didn't mount on there if you wanted to pre-mount any of that.
Yeah.
Up, right.
Upright. Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to do anything with that.
So I perused YouTube for a year and a half learning about solar in order to get to where I am now with all of the items that we have. But I mean, Will has proven it to me that there's just an endless amount of things you need to know solar wise to truly have the best, most efficient setup. And I cannot be happier that he is here helping me set this up. And I hope I can then translate it to you all appropriately so you can take advantage of some of this knowledge that I'm coming into. The thought behind those was before I realized that these are basically kind of...
So these are extra at this point.
Yeah, so I didn't know you could really use these as like shutoffs themselves.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it.
So...
I wouldn't say it's too code by any means. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that piece of plywood is right here underneath as of now.
and this comes in flush with this line.
Correct.
Okay.
And then so this would be the seat of the dinette that I could make in whatever way, shape, or form. I figured there'd be a lid or another piece of wood we take off if I needed to gain access to it. If we could leave this area open for additional storage and whatnot,
Yeah.
it would be great.
Well, you're eating into it somewhere, either on the backside over there or over here.
I almost feel like it would be better at this point if we'd start to put it on the backside and keep this available for
It'd make
storage.
it a lot easier to do it on the backside.
Well, let's do that then. Well, I can tell you what I'll be doing next weekend too.
Solar.
So what we're doing is taking the 3 positive connectors that we have and we're combining them to one connection for the battery itself.
It's a head scratcher. If you haven't done it before, you know.
You did your research well. So you
Yeah, I
got
feel
pretty
so
much
like
everything.
now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I got to make sure I have a whole grasp of this by the time Will's gone from here today.
You definitely call me now because I've
Yeah.
got a visual of it.
Yeah,
I
that
can
helps
walk-
too. It's like,
can
okay,
walk
I
you
remember
through.
what we were doing. Right, right.
Yeah.
I found some round tape too, Cole, or red tape.
Well, good. I'm glad I didn't buy a whole roll of it. Oh yeah, that was a great buy.
I can use it after you're done with it, Cole.
Well, I'm gonna have that for years.
Oh, I know you are.
the rest of your life.
You'd be surprised how often you rebuy electrical.
Got a bunch of pale folks out here just glowing in the sun. He's half ginger too.
Yeah. So we've got the front panel mounted just in place to see how it's looking, and my battery's about to run out, so I'm gonna get a new battery.
So if I turn this on,
You can go
you should get your fan.
You gotta crank it open a little bit.
What is it?
The top's gotta be cranked just a little bit open in order for it to turn on. Oh, abracadabra, bitches.
There you go, man.
Did we try I guess we got it, could we unveil the solar panels and...
Yeah, totally. We can see unfold off and see what's coming in. I think the part we want to kind of check is and see if like the breakers are working. So that should kill that fan.
Was that the?
That's the 30
30
amp breaker. Yep. So we can click that back on there.
It's working.
And then this should shut off the whole system.
And that's the 60.
That's your 300 amp red breaker coming off your battery.
Oh, this is a breaker. Okay.
Yeah. The 60 is for the solar going into the battery.
Yeah.
I mean into the charge controller. Boom.
And it is charging.
And then this is that one thing you can plug the telephone cable into. It'll plug
Yeah.
in there and it'll be a remote turn on and off.
Will is going to unveil the panels. Or propose to Monica, one or the other.
He was afraid I was gonna faint and fall off, which is really hilarious.
How did you do this? Did you go out on the panel?
No. I forgot. I can grab the ladder. I gotta bring him. I've got it actually pinned down, Will, so let me go grab the ladder. I just rolled my ankle really bad, but I think it's okay. Oh god, it really hurts.
Loosened it up a little bit,
This is not how it's gonna feel tomorrow, I can tell you that. So is there any like big figures that I should be looking at as main indicators on the system for me via that?
If that thing flips, if this is constantly flipping,
Okay.
something's gone wrong.
If that keeps slipping.
Yeah. But besides that, we've got it pretty safe with breakers. So this is the one that, if this is flipping all the time, something's off.
And that is the breaker between.
The charge controller and the solar panels.
And that's the 60 or?
60.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that'll be good. And then I thought we had.
Oh wait, we didn't wire in the 100.
Yeah, we didn't. I was just thinking that.
Yeah, that one's easy to fix. That's to protect your inverter.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're good there.
So we went ahead and flipped on the solar panels, and according to the solar charge controller, it's not getting a read off of it right now. But I'm thinking it has something to do with it needing to be programmed as such to know what battery or what voltage the system is. I have to interrupt this episode just for a little update. The reason why the solar charge controller wasn't reading the panels was because I had actually left the Y connector cables left undone previous to working on mounting the solar panels. And I just totally forgot about that. That's why I was showing 0 PV input, because it just wasn't hooked up. I don't end up discovering this until next weekend. I just wanted to let you know that everything was set up fine and did work as intended. There are so many roosters crowing right now. Crowing? Roosters crow? Yeah, I guess since there's a storm coming, these roosters are all like losing their mind. So off camera earlier, I twisted my ankle really bad, so I just had to go inside and sit. Will's left. Will, I'm super appreciative for you coming out to an absolute stranger bus build and be willing to help me out. You definitely taught me a lot of new tricks, and just really appreciative, so thanks.
Hi. Eating a pickle.
Monica's been working on a whole bunch of other stuff.
We got some more wood for the walls that are gonna separate the bedroom from the rest of the space, so I stained those. Cole's really aggravated right now because he had his camera bag open and he got sawdust in it, so he's cleaning it out. How's it going, Cole? That good?
I don't even think I realized you made these new boards.
Yeah, we had to go to Lowe's and get 12 more.
Nice.
Yeah. So these will be for the wall that I was saying is going to separate the bedroom from the rest of the space. It's actually really cool, and it was funny because it reminds me of a dough sheeter that you use in pastry, because like every time you send it through, it comes out thinner and thinner. So it's like kind of the same thing. We couldn't put croissant dough in this, but
How many times did you guys push it through?
Like 5 or 6 times. So we did each piece individually, like half and half, so it would fit through there, and then we glued those 2 pieces together.
Yeah.
So that's why it's clamped together right now. I think it's gonna be really nice, so it was really fun. I like working with wood.
Right. What? Nothing.
Yeah, so to save some wood, we just put the wall where we had to instead of covering the entire wall. So we saved a little bit here and there. But yeah, this is going to be similar to what we're gonna do on these walls, except for on these, we're gonna do them like diagonally. We're done for the day. We decided. It's getting dark. Cole's in pain.
My foot's numb.
I am slowly,
This'll-
silently dying.
You know, I go into this and I'm like, you know, I'm going to put together the most comprehensive, easy to digest solar video YouTube has ever seen. And then it comes out like this. It was nice to hear from him that I did do my fair share of research and had things in fair order from him, considering he is super knowledgeable in all things solar.
Yeah. That was so nice of him.
Yeah.
Which I
Thank you, Will.
We'll never get over that.
It makes me feel like I do a really good job. Actually, I do a really great job of trying to help other people within their situations, but man, that was so helpful. It only made me more inspired to just go out of my way and help other people when I can.
Yeah. Even if you don't know them. Okay.
So that's
we
it.
will see you next week.
Goodbye, friends.
Bye-bye.
Check out our links and things. We need your help. Help us be sufficient. Love, Cole.
Can we sign off again?
Yeah. He can do the sign off.
Stop touching my butt.
What? I don't know. I won't touch your butt. That's not...
Now they know, even though they can't see. We are going to retire for the night and go sit on our butts.
All right.
So we'll see you next time.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Come back. Bye.